best, the brightest, the mightiest, the concept, everything on display right here. This is almost like a religious procession for the automobile enthusiast. Welcome to yet another episode of Auto Expo Auto Today Special. Now, fast cars with an aerodynamic design is nothing new internationally. Take a look at this very old Chevrolet Corvette. It's known for this aerodynamic design, but Indian manufacturers are slowly catching up with the trend, and leading the charge right here at the Auto Expo this time around was none other than Mahindra when they launched their concept called XUV Aero. Yogendra Pratap takes a look.
Just last month, Mahindra had launched the latest member of its SUV family, the compact XUV 100. So not much was expected. However, what we were discounting was the fact that the group had just bought one of the best-known design houses in the world, the Italian Pininfarina, renowned for designing many of the Ferraris that have gone on to become icons and legends. So let's go and check out what Mahindra's new acquisition has concocted for us.
There was first the BMW X6, which brought this cross between a SUV and a coupe to the country. And then Mercedes followed. But who could have imagined that Mahindra is going to do a similar car with the XUV 500? Well, they have one of the best design houses in the world in Pininfarina, and they have somebody who's been doing fantastic cars for years altogether. But this car was designed in India at Mahindra's own in-house design company, and the inputs were sent to Italy for Pininfarina to make the show car. And they've done a brilliant job. Not only does the car look like a proper coupe, but also the interiors are really well done.
With suicide doors and those interiors, the XUV Aero may not go into production at all, but we are all hoping that Mahindra decides to make the stylish SUV coupe crossover, because not only does it look snazzy, but it also has some of the brand's best engineering going into it, including multiple drive and suspension modes and the best of communication and infotainment devices. Not only that, Mahindra also promises that it offers the sheer pleasure of driving, much like the slogan of another company a few years back, which said sheer driving pleasure.
Now, Honda seems to be charged with activity at the Auto Expo. This particular manufacturer has announced a whole new fleet. The unveil happened. But take a look at this fun activity taking place right behind me, where people are being prepared and they are being asked to drive their latest bikes. So what did Honda do at the Auto Expo this time around? Well, they unveiled in what they call, whatever it is, drive it to enjoy it. The new fleet of Honda Navi bikes.
There has been a lot of guesswork happening over the past few weeks on what could really be the Honda Navi. It is like a syndrome where you say, is it a rig? Is it a trike? No, it's the Navi. Finally, Honda Motorcycles took the wraps off Navi, much to a surprised audience.
Navi. Honda has been advertising it for a long time, and finally we get to see what it is. Well, it's a quirky little motorcycle, or a scooter you can call it. Well, we call it a monkey bike internationally, where you can see that it's a small tiny machine, and the best part of it is the engine is at the back, much like a scooter. Tiny wheels and everything is right at the back. So it's an interesting concept, but the fun element of the Navi is the customization options. Right now, Honda is offering 3 variants, an off-roader and 2 more. and this seems to be the off-road variant. Well, you can see the knobby tires, which are very, very unique. The suspension guards and everything is there. The engine is also the 110cc 4-stroke engine, which does duty in all other Honda scooters, barring the 125cc's. Of course, this is the 110. It's a quirky little machine, and all of this, the hand guards, the front fairing and the mud guards and everything are available as an option. So what you can do is buy a Navi in its base form and keep changing it on a yearly basis, on a 6-monthly basis, whatever you want. Price, the base variant costs 39,500, and the rest of it you have to pay on top of that. It's phenomenal value for money, and we love the concept. Thank you, Honda, for doing something really unique.
Take a look at that machine right behind me. That's the Indian version of the Jeep. But it is soon about to get some challenge because so far it has been reigning supreme on the Indian roads. The original Jeep is here. I caught up with editor of Auto today, Yogendra Pratap, and we discussed how much impact is the original Jeep going to have on the Indian market.
The passion of my life is finally here in India. Look at this grille. Just take a look at this. This will bring a smile to many faces, including me. Yogendra is right here from Auto Day. Yogendra, do you share the excitement and passion?
Jeep is iconic. There's, as somebody was just telling you, there's only one Jeep
There's
in
only
the...
one Jeep.
And this exemplifies the Jeep brand, the Wrangler. Wrangler has been a favorite of all off-roaders around the world.
The Wrangler has not changed in all these years, in about, 6 decades of its history and more?
Yeah, and especially the grille. I mean, from the front.
This grille is just, it symbolizes what a Jeep really is.
Totally. And this is what has made the Jeep brand, and they've kept it like this. Although, I mean, from the looks of it, you might think that, okay, nothing has changed with the Jeep, but this is a high-tech vehicle now. The engineering, the engine that is inside, even when we are looking inside, all the features and the bells and whistles are all there. But finally, form follows function. And this car is meant to go off-road, and that's why it looks like this. And it does what it's expected to. If you look, the ground clearance is amazing.
It is massive.
And
This is massive.
And the rugged wheel arches, the profile of the car, they've tried to keep it the way it looked also.
Originally, yeah.
Exactly.
Do you want to be an astrologer at this moment? A person who is going to guess the fate of Jeep, the brand, in India? Because they've taken a while to come. We've been hearing that they're coming, and then finally they're here. Will this car be successful? Let's not call it a car. Will this Jeep be successful?
See, the Jeep brand, I think, has immense potential. And so they're first going to launch the Wrangler and the Grand Cherokee. The Grand Cherokee is the luxury daddy SUV. It's a big car, and it's got all the bells and whistles that are there. And I think with this range, Jeep stands a good chance of being successful in India.
Should we grace the Grand Cherokee with our attention, or just leave it?
Sure, we can take a look at that as well.
Okay. Let's take a look at the Grand Cherokee. How much of a chance does this car have? Because it's I would say not the original thing, but definitely close there. This also does a lot of off-roading. I've seen it internationally.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a very capable. This one is the SRT version. That is the race-tuned version. So it is not meant to do off-roading as such. But other variants which are going to be launched in India are very good for off-roading as well. But this one will face a little tougher time because people who love the brand will buy it. Otherwise, there are lots of other options in this space available.
Which cars will this compete with, Yogen? What is its competition?
this will compete against the X5s and the Audi Q7s and the Volvo.
And price similarly?
Yes, and price similarly as well. Maybe slightly lesser, but yes, it will be there around the 70 lakh rupee mark.
Now we are covering the Auto Expo in the year 1945, and I can pass off that joke with a very serious face because of the sort of cars that I have in my background. Just take a look at this. It's amazing. Any person who loves vintage cars will love this particular section because you've got so many of them all around. You've got a Indian Scout 1942 motorcycle right here. You've got a Ford Galaxy convertible 1963, which we showed you just a short while back. Take a look at the Chevy Nova. Looks so much like the Indian Contessa, doesn't it? This is 1968. These are actually owned by people who have kept it on display, and there are very many cars over here, including the Plymouth Savoy, the Mercury from 1939, as well as the Mustang convertible, which is amazing. Let's just come here and show you the Mustang. Just take a look at this. Ford is launching the all-new Mustang, but this is the original Devil, and all these cars are inviting a lot of attention of the people. That's a Volkswagen T2 Combi featured in the movie Diwar in 1975. Over here is a Fiat Spider that featured in the movie Mere Jeevan Sathi, and over there is a Volkswagen Beetle featuring in the movie Akalia 1991. This is a Bollywood stall, and Shivan, my friend, I'm really sorry I didn't leave anything for you to report when we play out this package.
The Auto Expo might be the hub for the sweetest and fanciest cars every year, but this time we have a whole stall dedicated to vintage style. I'm walking in the vintage stall, hall number 16, and this year they have the cars along with the Bollywood movies in which they were used. I'm going to talk to the owner of most of these cars. He's going to tell us what these cars are all about and which movies they were used in. This version of the Beetle was actually called Ram Pyari in 1991 in one of the movies, and Mr. Tutu Dhawan is going to tell us what the car was all about.
Well, this is a very iconic car which was ordered by Hitler during the World War II to give mobility to a common man. So this is his order that given to Porsche Ferdinand, and he was the one who created the mobility. And this was one of the most popular cars up to 60s plus. The same car, the same design and the same technology.
So coming from Germany right here in India and renamed as Ram Pyari, but we still love it even in 2016. The next one is from the movie Mere Jeevan Sathi. Just tell us a little bit about this car which Rajesh Khanna drove.
This is actually a very iconic car again. This is but from the Italian design, Pininfarina, and this was one of his favorite cars that Rajesh Khanna drove, and he sang a song in this also, which is a very iconic song.
Was it one of the reasons why most of the women at that time used to lay down on the roads when Rajesh Khanna used to drive around? Was it this car?
This was the car actually, yes.
Now sir, Mere Paas Maa Hai was probably one of the most famous dialogues from the movie Diwar, but also along with that was this vehicle right here, right behind you. So if you could tell us a little bit about this and what it was called and why you have it in your car collection.
This was actually a combi, what they used to call it, T3, T2. T1 was a panel bus, and this was their mode of transportation in those days. As you see, the modern minivans and Maruti vans and of course multi-utility vehicles which have now come up. So this was that time's multi-utility vehicle.
Do you feel it was also instrumental in making Amitabh Bachchan the angry young man that he's known for till today?
Well, this is, a part of that entire story, and those days obviously these were the cars that were available. So it had become a part of the story as well. This bike was launched along with the movie Bobby. So this is that famous motorcycle on which Rishi Kapoor ran away with Dimple Kampadia from Goa. again one of those British motorcycles which was very popularly used during those days, and this actually was also used in the World War II. So this is still a very, very desirable machine.
Thank you so much for joining us, sir. We have the complete collection from Mr. Tutu Dhawan, bikes on which Rishi Kapoor and Dimple Kapadia eloped to the car in which Amitabh Bachchan became the angry young man. All of them are parked right here, hall number 16, Auto Expo. Come here, do have fun, come here with your elders.
Now this is the Auto Today stall right here at the Auto Expo, where this beast of a motorcycle is present along with its two friends. These are Ducatis, and there is a contest going on called Selfie with Ducati. So you click a selfie, which a lot of people over here are doing. They have their cameras out, their phone out, they're clicking pictures with this Ducati, and who knows, maybe a lucky one will be able to earn some merchandise, or even, as Rajdeep Sardesai and Yogendra Pratap put it, a real life Ducati. Yes, they were here just a short while back. Here's the report. Well, the Auto Today now is on, this Auto Expo in fact is on in full swing, and Auto Today is part of it. And guess who's here at this stall? Rajdeep, do you like riding bikes?
To be honest, no. I mean, I used to ride a moped many years ago. I was, I think, 16 or 17 when I used to take a moped, but that's about it. I'm not a biker in that sense.
But do you realize what you're sitting on right now? It's a super bike.
I can see why it's a super bike. It looks huge. It's a Ducati, which is, I guess, top of the line. I can't afford it, and no, I feel somehow safer with a four-wheeler than a two-wheeler. So I'm the wrong person to be pushing a bike, but I'm happy to be on this. It's great. You know, it looks terrific.
Two of the most unusual people are riding the Ducati right now. The other one right here is the editor of Auto Today, Yogendra. Do you like riding bikes?
Yeah, I love riding bikes, but only for leisure and not for commuting. You give me a Diavel or a Scrambler or even the Multistrada and an open road. It's the best feeling, the wind around you, and you're one with the elements.
Okay, so there is a contest going on at this moment where at the Auto Today stall here at the Auto Expo, we are having a contest called Selfie with Ducati, and people can actually have a great chance of winning merchandise right here at the Auto Today stall.
I can win this bike.
Yogen will have the answer to that. Yogen, will Rajdeep get to drive a Ducati?
You can ride a Ducati whenever you want.
No, it's not about riding. It's about getting it free. That's, you know, but more seriously, it's. I think it's a terrific auto exhibition. It looks, you know, it's my son's generation.
Okay.
But
did it excite you on your way here?
Yeah, I'm just amazed at how much this industry's grown. That's the remarkable part. You know, I think there are probably as many auto magazines as there are general interest magazines now in this country, which is quite remarkable.
Okay, now just to tell you guys that there is a contest. Yogen already knows about it, Rajdeep. There is a contest called Selfie with Ducati. Would you want to take a selfie on this bike, this super bike? Are you up for it?
I'd love to. I'm not a real selfie person, but I'm very happy to do a selfie.
Okay. Let's have the selfie stick right here, Rajdeep. Would you want to hold this for us? And maybe you and Yogendra can take a selfie.
Okay, great. Yeah, look, should I click?
Yep.
Yeah, right here.
Okay, I think that does it.
Brilliant. So we have a selfie with Ducati and also a selfie with Rajdeep right here at the Auto Expo. Rajdeep, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming here.
You have the best job in the world.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Means a lot to India Today to have you around, and appreciate the job that we are doing. Yogen, thank you so much. So that's Rajdeep and Yogen at the Auto Today stall at the Auto Expo. There's a lot of action that's lined up right here on this show. This is the Auto Expo special, Auto Today special on India Today. Release the explorer in you, release the child in you, and do that with us right here on India Today. That's it then. In this episode of Auto Expo, Auto Today special, we'll be back with many more action-packed episodes till this fest. the biggest auto fest actually lasts. Thank you for watching.
किसका फोटो ले रहे हो? बाइक का ले रहे हो, लड़की का ले रहे हो? बाइक का। बाइक का। हंसी तो कुछ और कह रही। नहीं बाइक का ही।
Atmosphere, it's perfect. You meet everyone. It's so exciting. We are meeting people, new people, and we are actually knowing a lot about the bikes, about the products we are launching, and it's really great.
Whom do you think gets photographed more? Is it you or is it the machine?
Me and both of them.
Everything. What's the percentage of girls in the other bike?
60 to 40. Oh my god, I think it's vice versa. It's like both the sides.
How much BHP do you think that bike is?
I don't know what's that.